There we go. Okay, welcome everyone to this week's Personal Peace Procedure Wednesdays with Wonderland. We are working on a specific past event, preferably something from your childhood, on frustration. So the difference between this tapping circle and a lot of other tapping circles that you may participate in, they are all wonderful and they all will help you regulate your nervous system and hopefully achieve a reduction in SUDS. But what I really wanted to focus on with these personal peace procedure tapping circles is that you will be working on a specific event. So you will be using your words. I will do a lot of leave empty, fill in the blank type things as we work through so that you can work through each and every one of your aspects, because my ultimate goal is for us to pluck these weeds out by the root. I want you to experience not only a reduction in SUDS, but a complete cessation of these nagging kind of issues that don't seem to budge. So that's why I want to do a specific recent event every month and a specific childhood event, because so much of what gets stored in our body as energetic blockages happens in childhood before the age of 6. So that's what we'll be focusing on today. So if you have your little worksheet, go ahead and write in that moment in time when. I want it to be a very specific moment in time when you experienced frustration as a child. And if something is not coming to mind, it is okay to guess. It is okay to imagine what it would have been like, and it's okay if it's above the age of 6. It's also okay if it's something that happened recently that just really wants to be cleared. Nothing is set in stone here. I want this to be a very interactive, very collaborative process. So your body releases what it's ready to release at that time, and we are here to just honor that. So I'm Amanda Wonderland. I'm a clinical EFT and energy psychology practitioner. I'm a mentor and trainer at EFT Universe, and I love EFT and I love the personal peace procedure. And I'm so excited to have all of you here. And I hope that you will continue on with this process as we just continue on with emotional themes and check those events off your list and get you closer and closer to emotional freedom. So you have the workbook. Feel free to share if there's been any shifts since the last time that we were together. And I just want to go over our agreements quickly. There are 4 things I want you to always have when we meet. That's water, tissues, notebook or journal, preferably if it could just be for your personal peace procedure. But I understand if you just have a journal that you keep and you're writing down events as they come up. That's a wonderful way to do the personal peace procedure as well. And then always unconditional positive regard. We are here with the assumption that we are all here with our highest and best selves, holding the space for non-judgmental healing environment for one another. And it can be so powerful when we're all here together. And in saying that, if you can have your video on, it really helps with the group energy, but I understand that's not always possible, so it's okay. Make sure that you're taking responsibility for your own well-being and your mental health. If we dig up some dirt that feels like it's just too much for this community tapping circle, reach out. The tapping place is there for you. I'm here for you. You can find me at info@amandawonderland.com. Find a swap partner so that you can work on this together. At the end, we will put it in a safe container so that you can feel nice and put back together at the end of the tapping circle. And then finally, change the words. If they don't resonate with you, it's not going to be as effective. I want you to only speak the truth. Approach everything that comes up with radical curiosity. Take it as an invitation for more investigation, more compassion for yourself, and write it down, because this is how we get our personal peace procedure. Sometimes we'll find one event and then we'll realize it was a pattern. It was a theme in our life, and all these other events just tumble out of our system. So write them down, write them down. Very important. Okay, let's get started. I want to do a little bit of energy medicine before we start, because we're doing some inner child work today. I just want to be a little silly and just shake out anything that's come up today. We're going to do a tree shake. So we keep our arms above our head this whole time, and we're just going to shake. Shake whatever you woke up with, shake whatever you've already dealt with today. Try to keep your hands nice and loose and just shake it out, just like a little kid would if they were hearing that song. that shake song, shake, 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 any of the shake songs, the Taylor Swift song, any of those, just shake, 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 shaking it all out, clearing your meridians right now and getting ready to gently dive into the work. Relax your shoulders still as your arms above your head. Deep breaths. We'll do this for 5 more seconds. Shake, shake, shake. When you have your arms above your head, it also indicates power. That's what we want to give back to our kids. Okay, going straight into a compassion hold. Put one hand on your forehead, the other hand at the base of your skull. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths as you send compassion from one hand to the other. Radical compassion for whatever comes up. And once you've completed your 3rd breath, you can just relax your hands in your lap and just feel into your body, sense all that electricity buzzing through your arms. Give gratitude for these beautiful bodies that we have. Okay, you have your event written down. Think about it right now. Think about how distressing that event was for you as a child. And write that down as your beginning SUD. How old were you? That's good knowledge to have as well. That moment in time when I was 7 and I could not figure out how to ride a bike. That's my event today. And I was so frustrated with myself. Frustrated with the bike, frustrated with the adults, but mostly frustrated with myself because I thought I had to do it perfectly. So take your time and write yours down. And we'll go through together and figure out the specific aspects. So nice to see you, Nancy and Tom. So glad you're joining. Hello. Hi, Tom. Okay, good. So we have our worksheet going. We have our frustration. You know, Heidi, that's such a great question. I would say I always like to aim high. Heidi's question is the SUD for how that girl felt then or what I am feeling now? I go for the highest SUD. So whether you are more frustrated now that that happened to you as a little girl, or whether you are more frustrated then that it was happening. And that's not always an easy thing to decipher. So I always like to put my hands on my heart when I'm not sure about anything, on which event I want to work on, which aspect has the highest SUD. Putting your hand on your heart just consolidates all the energy in one spot and allows you to have a little bit of clarity of mind. And then closing your eyes and imagining the 2 things in front of you can really help you decide which one is higher. And if they're the same, I think mine are probably the same. I'm probably just as frustrated as an adult as I was when I was a kid about all of the circumstances involving the bike. So that works out. Just put the SUD that feels the highest there. Okay. So we're going to start with some basic recipe just on the general feeling of frustration. And as we go through each tapping point, we're going to get into the aspects. So remember that you can always tap with one hand so that you can use your other hand to write down as we go through the points. And we'll start on the side of the hand. Even though It was so frustrating what I experienced as a child. I can hold both my inner child and my adult self in love and compassion, even though I do not like how things went down. Maybe I had no control over it. Maybe it was completely unfair. And I'm giving my body permission to relax right now, anyway. And even though I may still feel that frustration bubbling up inside of me, it should have gone another way. And I deeply and completely accept how I feel. Nice deep breath. We'll go to the top of the head and we'll just work our way through the worksheet. So think about what you saw right now. We're just going to paint the picture with the aspects. What did your child self see during this event? I saw the sidewalk in front of me, the grass on one side, and the pink bike with the little tassels. Deep breath as you move on to the eyebrow. What did you hear? I heard the tires on the sidewalk, me gasping as I fell, and people laughing that I couldn't get it right. Side of the eye. What did you smell? And you can guess at these things too. I don't actually smell anything with this memory, but I'm guessing I would just smell the outdoor air, maybe freshly cut grass, just trying to paint a vivid picture for yourself. What did you taste as you move underneath the eye? I didn't taste anything, so I would skip that. Under the nose. What did you feel outside your body? So I felt the handlebars, clenched rubber inside my little hand, the road rash on my knees when I fell, the wind on my face. And a deep breath into the mouth. What emotions did you feel outside of frustration? If frustration is all that you felt, that's fine too. But I felt embarrassment in addition to it. Collarbone. What thoughts did you have? I'm never going to get this. I need more help. Why is everyone laughing? Take your time. I'll let you fill that in. And then one of the most important ones for EFT is, what did you feel inside your body? This is the somatic aspect, and it is okay if you don't know what that is. Guess. Yes. Earlier, I felt like a bomb in the pit of my stomach with the frustration, but now I'm tapping into the embarrassment and it feels like a contraction. Like my whole body just wants to crawl into a crab shell and hide from everybody. So really tune into what that feels like. As we move under the arm, take your time here. Thinking of your little you and all that they saw, smelt, felt, heard, thought. And we'll go to the side of the hand. Say, even though I was so frustrated, I have nothing but compassion for that little girl or boy. And then we'll take a little break and check in. I always like to have some water in between rounds. It helps hydrate the meridians, keep the energy moving. Plus, it's good for your organs and skin. So just check in and see. You may have tapped into an aspect you hadn't thought about before that hiked up the sud on the total event. You guys are always welcome to share. I find it really expansive when we're able to share with one another and just honor whatever feels right for you right now. Especially if you have a somatic aspect, because often these emotions can feel the same in one another. We as humans tend to hold emotions in particular parts of our body. Even though we're all very unique and different, sometimes there are some similar strands that unite us all as one. So feel free to share any somatic aspects, anything surprising that may have come up for you. Feel free to rub your sore spot too as you're writing or as you're imagining, remembering, letting your body know that was then, this is now. I am safe right here and right now. I am ready to release what no longer serves me, and I'm ready to resource myself with resilience after these events. Yeah, I distinctly remember my face being very warm, crying and red face. Yeah, thank you for sharing. I was less than 1 year old. Is that what you mean by that, Marlene? 1 year old? Okay. Yeah, what I felt inside my body, shock and rage toward my mother. Yeah, some of you might have been pre-verbal. Some of you may have even been in the womb And that's okay. What we're going to do today is some really nice, deep inner child work. We're going to do a beautiful meditation where you get to play a similar role to the ghost of Christmas past, where we're just going to sneak into your past. You're going to be a little fly on the wall, and we are going to give that baby or that child what they needed in that moment. And that's reparenting your inner child. I felt panic along with frustration. Yeah. Yeah, we don't have the resources when we're little. We need our caregivers to help us co-regulate. And when they're not able to do that, we have trauma. And then we relive it over and over again throughout the rest of our lives. So panic is a huge, huge trauma maker for sure, Pam. I'm glad we're going to work on this today with you. Okay, so let's do one more round with the 9 gamut to see if we can release any of these new emotions that are coming up, these feelings inside the body and the feelings outside the body. Yeah, thank you, Heidi. My memory is an older child, but I also seem to notice these same feelings connected to a younger me. Good. So when we go into the meditation, you can include both of them in this memory. You can reparent both of them at the same time. Bonus. You get to do double. Okay. So even though I was just a little kid and I did not have my needs met, and that left me feeling frustrated and maybe scared. I know that I'm safe right here and right now. And I trust this journey. Again, if they don't resonate with you, change these words. Even though I'm feeling new emotions along with frustration, shock, rage, hopelessness, I am holding that younger version of myself in so much love and compassion. And even though this has cost me so much in my life, I am allowing my body to relax as I release it bit by bit. Top of the head, deep breath. Tuning in to that inner child who lives inside you, who's always there. Eyebrow. Tuning into your adult self, who's ready to love and nurture that inner child. Side of the eye, honoring how so many patterns in your life have come from this event. Under the eye, taking a deep breath and allowing your entire body to relax into your seat. Under the nose. All this frustration in my little body that I've carried with me into my adult body. Under the mouth. I am open to releasing it now. Collarbone. Meeting myself exactly where I'm at with unconditional love under the arm and acceptance. Okay, place your hands on your heart, take a deep breath, close your eyes, and we'll get ready to move into our meditation. So, Tom, a SUD is a subjective unit of distress. So you measure from on a scale of 0 to 10 how distressing this event was for you, how distressing this detail of this event is for you, how frustrated were you, how helpless did you feel when you saw what you saw. And so there's a personal peace procedure worksheet in the chat that you can download and print out. And it's a way that we measure how much energy we're able to move, how much emotion we're able to shift, how much baggage we're able to release throughout the context of a session. So let's go ahead and get ready for our inner child meditation. We're going to do butterfly hug right here. So hook your thumbs. Hook them in the way that feels good, not the awkward way. And then place them on your chest. And here we just do bilateral tapping. So we do one side and then the other. Nice and slow. Left, then right. As you lean back into your chair, allow your shoulders to drop away from your ears. And when you feel ready, close your eyes. Feel your breath move in and out through your heart space, and slow your breath down to 6 seconds on the inhale and 6 seconds on the exhale. Allowing your tongue to relax fully on the floor of your mouth. Scanning your body from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, and relaxing any tense muscle that you find along the way. Beginning to engage your imagination. Take yourself to your safe space. It can be someplace you've been before, or someplace you've never been. It can be real or imagined, but it has to be 100% completely safe. No threats, just beauty, just serenity, and just safety. Look around in your mind's eye and savor every sensory detail of this space. The smell, the sounds, the feeling in your body being here right now. Now I want you to gather up this safe space in a big bubble around you, just like that big, transparent, iridescent bubble that Glinda the Good Witch was in. Surround yourself in this beautiful bubble, bringing your safe space with you as we pop the bubble onto a little magic carpet and take you back in time to this event. Wherever this event happened, whether it was in a room, in a nursery, in a womb, on the street, at school. Just pop your bubble into that location and be a fly on the wall. Get the best perspective of that event so that you can really see your inner child as they are dealing with the frustration of this moment in time. See who's around, look at the environment, and look at your inner child. Look at their warm, red, crying face, or their pouty lips, whether they're stomping their feet, crossing their arms, screaming. See their frustration, see their disposition, their body language, their hair, their clothing, and just let them know telepathically that you're there and you're going to make it all better. That's why you're here today. Just get so curious with them. What is it that they needed back then? Maybe they needed to be given a choice in the matter. Maybe they needed to have some say over their life and their fate. If that's the case, give them the choice. Let them feel what it's like to have control and a little power over their lives. So often as kids, that's just taken away from us. So let them feel empowered right now in whatever way that makes sense for your inner child and your own. Maybe they needed a skill. Maybe they needed to learn how to resource themselves, how to regulate. Maybe they needed a doll to hold or a toy to play with. Or maybe they just needed help. They needed an adult. You can bring these things to them through you entering the scene, through your higher self entering the scene, your higher power, guides, angels, maybe even a different version of your parents or caregivers. Some that were physically and emotionally present that could meet this child's needs. Oftentimes, what they need more than anything else is comfort, a hug, unconditional acceptance, and support. You can pause your tapping and leave your hands on your chest, or if it feels okay, to even wrap your hands around you, giving yourself a nice hug, giving your inner child exactly what he or she needed back then. Take your time here and say what you wish someone would have said to you back then. Talk to them in language they understand, with the gentleness that you would speak to a child that age right now. I'll give you a few more moments and then we'll take this meditation to a close. If it feels good to rock yourself back and forth or to return to your tapping, you can even tap your arms here bilaterally. And then I'll let you decide what you want to do with your inner child here. It may be best for you to bring them with you into your safe space bubble and take them out of that environment and keep them with you from now on. Or if you feel like you've met their needs and they're resourced enough to move through this frustration and go on playing, being a kid in this memory, then take your time to say goodbye or gather them up into your arms. And then we'll gently begin to feel your feet grounded on the floor. Feel the temperature of the room on your skin. Focus back onto your deep breaths, moving in and out through your heart. And on your third deep breath here, you can gently begin to bat your eyes open, very slowly looking around your room first. Take your time. There's no rush. We want to be really gentle with this transition. Deep breaths in and out through the heart. Look around your room and see if you can find the smallest black object. Good. Grab some water. Bring yourself back into the here and now. And take notes. Go ahead and look at your worksheet. Check in and see how things feel for you now as you look over the aspects of this event. And be open to all of it. You may have tapped into a new emotion underneath. You may have tapped into an earlier event. All with love and compassion. I especially want to know if anyone's sud went up or if any surprises came up. If you're feeling any resistance, letting go of this frustration, there might be a sense of safety behind the frustration that if I let this go, it means they got away with it. Whoever was causing my frustration or not helping me in my frustration. So really just pay attention to that. Treat it as an invitation to dig a little deeper. Yes, do a sud for each aspect, Roselle. On the worksheet, there's a beginning sud and an ending sud. Sometimes if you just tap on the aspect with the highest sud, the other suds will go down on their own, thanks to this generalization effect. That's one of my favorite things about EFT. Strong amount of resistance from my inner child about whether to stay in the event or come with me or even let me be her safety. That's so common, Pam. A lot of times our inner children don't trust adults, and for good reason. And so we have to meet them where they're at. I'll quickly share my personal experience with my inner child, who was always, always trying to be better, trying to learn, buying all the books, all the programs, constant self work, constant personal development until she finally crossed her arms over her chest, sat down on the floor, and said, "We're not going anywhere or doing anything with you until you accept us just as we are." So I had to stop reading books for a month, stop my workshops, which I'd already paid for. Thankfully, I watched the recordings after she and I made peace. But I had to prove to her that I was going to accept her just as she was, that she could trust me, that I was going to love her no matter what, even if she wasn't perfect, even if she was emotionally dysregulated, even if she was codependent, people pleasing, perfectionistic, all the things. So we have to meet our inner children where they're at. If she doesn't trust you yet, it's okay. We go back time after time. We sit far away. We honor her. It's okay if you don't want to look at me. It's okay if you don't want to come close. I still love you just as you are. So thank you so much for sharing that. You're not the only one, Pam. Recognizing my mom didn't help me in my ongoing feelings of being helpless. Yeah, this is how our patterns get made. Me too. That was all I needed was a little more help with riding the bike. But as a result, I developed this avoidant kind of attachment thing. No one's ever going to be there to help me, so I just have to do it myself, and I don't need you. So we all have these different ways of responding. Some may have an anxious attachment where they're like, "Please help me. I need the help that I never got as a child," and just meeting yourself there. It changes according to the people that we're with. So beautiful. Thank you guys for sharing. Very expansive for everyone. Yeah, in the meditation, I imagine what my parents could have done to help me feel safe and secure instead of feeling scared and abandoned, my needs not being met by people I trusted. And I imagined I was bossing them around to do these things. I love it. That's such great reparenting. I love that. Yes, I'm in the crib, I'm in the diaper telling you what to do. That's beautiful. Mine was almost opposite. My mom didn't let me do things. I was always not old enough, or you're not ready for that. Well, good. You can go in there and say, "I am old enough. Watch me do it and watch me do it well. I'm ready, mom." There's a way to reparent in that way. Give them what they didn't have. Not having a voice, it's huge. Screaming and not being heard and being shushed and hushed, and children should be seen and not heard. It's a generational thing, and it's time for us to free ourselves of all of these things. So write down anything that came up, any other events that you've noticed in your life resulted from this feeling of not being heard, of not feeling safe and secure, of your inner child not trusting you. Write these down. This is what the personal peace procedure is. It helps us open up these things. I was teased for being sensitive. It wasn't okay for me to be a child. I needed to grow up. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay to be a kid. You are beautiful, just as sensitive as you are. And these are the ways we start talking to ourselves and to our inner children. Yeah. Okay. So I know there's always a little bit more work to do, but it sounds like you guys had some really, really wonderful insights. So I do want to do just a 9 gamut at the end here, just because I love the 9 gamut. It's not just for when our suds are high, it's also just to create an even deeper sense of emotional regulation in us. So we'll do that a little bit on our sneaking away round. Feeling like I was a problem because of health issues, not getting the love I needed. Just told how I was a burden. That's a big one too. And then you never ask for your needs to be met in the future because you're afraid of being a burden. So these are really good events for you to write down. How many times in my adult life was I afraid to ask to have my needs met? I was afraid of being a burden on anyone. I was afraid of being too much. I was afraid of being sensitive. I was afraid of being bossy. Yeah, good. You guys are opening some big doors. Okay. Let's take a deep breath and we'll go to the side of the hand. Even though I dug up a lot of dirt today, I don't have to clean it all up right now. And if I don't want to, I can just sweep it up into my golden dustpan. And I can go dump it onto the ground outside and let Mother Earth hold it for me until I'm ready to look at it. And I am so proud of myself for having the courage to see the dirt, because I'm ready to clean house at my own pace and comfort level. And even though there's still more work to do, I do not have to do it all today. I have done enough, and I can let my inner child play now. I can do whatever would feel immature and silly for me because I earned it. And even though I was really frustrated as a kid, some of my needs were not met. I am now meeting them for myself, for the child that lives inside me, and for the adult that walks around in this body. Top of the head. I wasn't ever old enough or ready for that. Well, I'm old enough and ready now. Side of the eye. I wasn't heard. I had no voice. Under the eye. Well, I'm ready to be heard now. Under the nose. I needed help, but I felt like a burden. Under the mouth. I can give myself the help I need now. And that's no burden to me. Collarbone. I didn't feel safe and secure, but I am open to feeling safe and secure now. Under the arm. I'm ready to meet my own needs. We'll move on to the finger points. Honoring my inner child. Pointer finger. Honoring my adult self. middle finger, meeting myself where I'm at, pinky finger, and prioritizing my needs now and forever. Moving on to the 9 gamut point. Take a deep breath and close your eyes. Open your eyes and look hard down to the left like you're looking at your left shoulder. Good. Come back to center. Look at your right shoulder. Come back to center. Eyes all the way up to the ceiling. Slowly begin to circle your clock. Good. Hit every number along the way, nice and slow. Empowering myself now to meet my needs. My voice matters. I am safe. Do 3 times in this direction. Nice and slow. Once you get up to 12, you can reverse your circles. We'll do 2 times in the opposite direction. Go as slow as possible. My time is now. And I am open to deeply and completely loving and accepting myself just as I am. When you've completed your eye circles, no rush, just move to the side of the hand and you can relax your eyes and we'll wait. No rush. So many of us were rushed as kids too. I hated that. It was always hurry, hurry, let's go, let's go. I was playing. So take your time. None of us are in any hurry right now. Good. Okay, let's do a little hum. Maybe your favorite song as a kid. And we'll keep it simple. Count backward from 5 to 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and okay, relax your hands, take a sip, and just check in. See if anything new came up. See if anything feels calmer in your body, if you've had newfound compassion for yourself, or if you're just imagining that dirt out front. And stay there until we see each other again. Good. So I don't know if you saw in the last email, but our dates are different in November as I'll be traveling the first Wednesday of November. It'll actually be the 3rd and 5th. I'll remind you once I send these recordings out. I can't remember those days, but I can look them up real quick. Before you guys take off, it's November 15th and the 29th. So hopefully that'll be right around the holidays and you guys can still make it. If not, the recording's always here. It is time to vote. I want you guys to put into chat what emotions you would like to focus on in November. What are the top things that came up out of these sessions that we did on frustration? I'll tell you a bit of what I got from the last group. There was some disappointment, loneliness, sadness, guilt, rejection, helplessness, hopelessness, overwhelm, embarrassment, not being good enough, which is shame. Not being good enough is shame. So you guys put in there and I will take everybody's votes and let you know in my next email. Yeah, anger definitely. Thanks, Tom. Cool. Anger, shame, and embarrassment. Awesome. Fear. Oh, that's a new one. No one said fear. That's a good one, though. Okay. Yeah, my feelings don't matter. Good. I'll save this chat and do a little tally. It will be the same every month. We'll do a specific event on the first Wednesday, a childhood event on the final Wednesday. And if you guys have any feedback, any suggestions, any requests, concerns, questions, feel free to email me, info@amandawonderland.com. Feel free to unmute yourself now if there's anything you'd like to share or any questions that you have. I'm here for that. I do want to try to keep these to like an hour, so if you need to leave, I totally understand. Yes, I do the same emotion with the 2 sessions, the 11 a.m. and the 2 p.m. The 11 a.m. was just introduced to make it more accessible for our European friends, but I'm glad that everybody's finding both times to be useful. Thank you, Rosella. It's so nice to see you. Bye. All right, guys, has everybody put in their vote? Beautiful. It's so nice to see all of you. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you. Yeah, thank you. I'll see you on the 15th and keep your eyes open for the next email. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, Amanda. Thank you.
Bye-bye,
Thank
and
you
see you
much.
later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.